how many penalties we had, 11 penalties, over 100 yards, undisciplined football, right? Like you can't do that. Can't keep teams like this in it, and we just had too many of those on both sides of the ball. Again, there's plenty of blame to go around.
Had a record of 4-8-1, basically out of the playoffs, not going to be getting in at this point. But Minnesota came in with a record of 10-3 right now. If they win, they clinch the NFC North, but they lose. There's still a chance over here that something may happen, especially later on, maybe with the Detroit Lions and possibly even, well, hate to say it, the Green Bay Packers maybe making a little bit of a run if that can happen to try and catch up to one of those two teams. However, in this situation, that was not the case. So let's talk real quick here about the Indianapolis Colts in this game. How you blow a 33-0 lead, the largest lead blown in NFL history, and then afterwards just the humiliation that you have to face as a organization. And it's not like that this has happened before. Of course, we all know about 28-3. And by the way, Matt Ryan, the quarterback who played in this game, we all know him for 28-3 during the MVP season. Seems like he hasn't been the same since 28-3 now, has he? But the Indianapolis Colts, this needs to go back all the way to firing Frank Reich early on in the season and replacing him with Jeff Saturday. Of course, the former center, as we all know, for the Indianapolis Colts, a former lineman, basically known for getting in a fight with Peyton Manning on the sidelines. Now, Jeff Saturday was a pretty solid high school coach, as I found out over there. Wasn't too shabby, wasn't too bad either. Really good analyst on NFL Network, had done a really good job with that. But let's just be honest, he cannot be the coach right now. And I know that there are some reports now that Jim Irsay apparently saying, yeah, he could be a candidate, but there's many other candidates. You could have good ones in college, good ones in the NFL. But we've seen how ones in college has turned out here so far in the last couple of years. For example, Matt Rule, Urban Meyer, both have been, well, very mediocre. So in this case, who are you going to replace now? For Frank Reich and Jeff Saturday, both, if you are the Indianapolis Colts. And let's talk about this game real quick. The Colts, as I said, up 33-0, and then all of a sudden they had a blown lead. First thing first, it was a KJ Osborne touchdown by Kirk Cousins. Okay, you're still up 33-7. Big whoop-de-doo. Everything's still fine. The Colts will get a field goal up 36-7. Okay, basically the end of the third almost. Everything seems to be hunky-dory. They'll come away with a victory.
Well, well, well. How the turntables...
All right, I guess I can start then. Why not? Let's start. C.J. Ham, touchdown at the end of the third, followed by the beginning of the fourth with a Justin Jefferson 8-yard touchdown pass from Kirk Cousins. Now all of a sudden 36-21, and another offensive slump by Indianapolis. Next thing you know, goes right back to Minnesota, and it's Adam Thielen, 1-yard pass from Kirk Cousins. And now it's getting even closer than before. We're not even done with the fourth quarter yet. And interesting enough over here, there was one play where it should have been a fumble recovery for a touchdown, but instead they marked it a turnover where it was down around the 50-ish yard line where the Vikings took over. And there was also an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty too as well on that play. The Vikings would have to punt, but they would get the ball right back, which then led to a Dalvin Cook 64-yard touchdown pass from Kirk Cousins. And then, as you all know, it would end up being the fourth quarter, almost a tie game, almost two ties here on the season for the Colts. But instead, it would be a game-winning kick. 39-36, the Vikings win. They move to 11-3 on the season and clinch the NFC North. Meanwhile, 4-9-1 for the Indianapolis Colts. Now, I want to pass this on to you. Is this loss on Matt Ryan and the offense, the injury to Jonathan Taylor earlier, the firing of Frank Reich earlier by Irsay, or on Jeff Saturday? Let me know in the comments down below, and have a great night and great holidays, everyone.